family. The time is now 8:03. We got less than a minute to get started with our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom, guys. So have something to write with. It's going to be another great one. For those of you that were on last week, we had OT to OG on there. Definitely a super experienced real estate investor, guys, especially here in Atlanta market. Last week's call was a great one. So if you guys missed it, definitely go back on. You can find it on our Facebook page, REI Wholesalers Are Us, and on YouTube, guys. We got less than a minute to get started, guys. Can't wait to get this party rocking and rolling, guys. Less than a minute. I'll be right back with you. All right, family. Time's now 8:04. Want to welcome everybody to our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom that we do each and every single Monday night at 8 o'clock, guys. For those of you that are new, my name is Delano Logan, and I'm pretty new into the real estate investing business. Been rocking with Will and Tim for a few years now, guys, and since then, things have been great. REI Wholesalers Are Us was started almost 6 years ago now. Wow. By Will and Tim, and their intentions and their goals were to pretty much share their 25 plus years of real estate combined real estate experience with the community. Since they started REI Wholesalers Are Us, they help a lot of sellers get rid of their problems, which is their house. They help them liquidate their property. They helped a lot of buyers. They help a lot of people, guys. I mean, when you just think about the amount of people that go into a transaction, every single deal, they're helping a lot of people. They're helping the community, build up the community, build up the neighborhood. But guys, if you're here, you're definitely in the right place. Like I said, go check out last week's call. OT to OG. It was an amazing one. If you guys are here, you definitely, like I said, you're definitely in the right place, guys. Fourth quarter, and who else to be with other than experienced folks, honest brothers that are going to help you get your check, get your deal, help push your deals through. But I could go on and on about these brothers here and how much they help my life, bless other folks within this business, help a family create constant, multiple six-figure years, guys. But if Will Galloway and Tim Harvey on the line, the stage is yours, brothers.
Hey, Delano, how's it going? Can you see and hear us?
Hey, Tim, I can see you, hear you perfectly fine.
Perfect. Well, listen, guys, we are super excited. We are super excited to welcome you guys out to REI Wholesalers Are Us. This is our Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday Zoom and Facebook Live. So we just want to welcome everybody out. Welcome to Zoom. Welcome to Facebook Live. We certainly appreciate everybody jumping on tonight. We are super grateful for what's going on. I pray everybody had a great weekend. Before we get started with anything, I just want to thank our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, for giving us this opportunity to do this Zoom. We are so grateful for this opportunity, guys, because if it wasn't for God, we would not have this opportunity. So, guys, we are grateful for this Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom on Mondays, guys. We're excited for everybody. Thank you to, like I said, thank you to Facebook Live. We see you guys jumping on. Thank you to Zoom. We see you guys jumping on. Thank you guys for jumping on, and we see you guys coming on. Listen, guys, we are excited because this is the time unlike any. There is opportunity unlike any right now. Anytime you can get into a business like real estate, the time is always now. The opportunity is always now. Anytime that you can get into a business like real estate. And I'm just so grateful that God showed me this business about 19, almost 20 years ago. I was in corporate America, doing a lot of things that I did not want to do. And, God blessed me to be able to get into this business. He blessed me to show me a little bit of freedom and the opportunity to be able to get into this business. So I am so grateful. And that's why, me and Will, once we had an opportunity back in 2015, we were graced to be able to start a community of like-minded people, people that wanted to get into this business, people that wanted to be able to share important real estate information from a standpoint of wholesaling real estate, which is what we do. We wanted to be able to build that community, a community of trust, a community of dialogue, a community of faith, people that had faith and were able to build their faith together. Like I say, we believe in one God. And we are so grateful to that God for giving us this opportunity. So we wanted to build this like-minded community. Started off just doing meetups, started doing meetups every single month. Back in 2015, eventually matriculated into us being able to help other people, start their real estate wholesaling business. And, we've been blessed to be able to help some, get towards 6 figures, every single year, as a business. And we've been blessed to help a lot of people, start their real estate business. And a lot of people get their first deals done. We have been blessed and, to have been instrumental in that. So started off doing that and eventually matriculated into a call in which we started doing every single week. Reason we started this call is because we knew that sometimes, it's tough to get motivated for Monday, unless you are in business for yourself. And sometimes, you have to get indoctrinated, just like you have to get indoctrinated into corporate America. Sometimes you have to get indoctrinated into your own business. So we believe that that Mondays should be the best days. People, typically are taught that Mondays are the worst days, but we believe that Mondays should be the best days because Mondays are your days of momentum builders. Mondays are your days where, where you just making things happen. So that's why we call this a money-making motivational mindset Monday. We were able to matriculate, into a Zoom, and now here we are on Zoom, Facebook Live, YouTube, and God has really, really blessed us to be able to expand our vision throughout the world. So guys, we are here, like we said, every single Monday night. Myself, Tim Harvey, and my partner, Will Galloway. We've been blessed to be able to, God has impressed upon us to be able to start, another lane within this business. We just got started, a couple of months ago into our Dialing for Dollars program. And, we've had fun. We've had a lot of fun. Delano, has been an active part of that Dialing for Dollars program. He was the initial person of the, on the Dialing for Dollars program. Delano has been, the initial closer. He's just a series of firsts, initial closer, multi-time closer, and the Dialing for Dollars program. And, we just believe that, many more of you out there, many of our partners are going to be closing, within this Dialing for Dollars program. We have set a goal, for this end of the year, fourth quarter. Listen, we set a goal for, 10 partners, 10 partners, to be able to close their first deal, be able to close another deal, who's next. And that's what we do. So we're grateful, guys. It is a day when, our Falcons, it's a bittersweet day because, it's a day where, of course our Falcons, they lost their coaching. And, but at the same time, those Lakers, they won. So, we're grateful, guys. It is money-making motivational mindset Monday. Uncle Bill, I can't see you on. So if you can just kind of double check your thing or double check your thing and see if you can jump on. But guys, we're excited for tonight. Listen, this has been, this year has been an unprecedented year in real estate, just an unprecedented year all around. I mean, we've had, a lot of things happen this year. Don't have to go ad nauseum on what all has happened this year. But, listen, whenever you have, times like this, and I don't want to, I don't want to minimize, what has happened. A lot of people have lost their lives, this year. A lot of people have been, have been slighted this year. There's been a lot of injustice this year, towards a lot of people. But at the same time, there is also a lot of opportunity. So when you get into something like, when you have a year like now, there is a lot of opportunity abounding. And, realistically, we are so grateful to have a community, of like-minded people where we can actually, put together, a Dialing for Dollars program where, listen, you can call motivated sellers and you can get paid during a pandemic. Yes, I said it, you can get paid during a pandemic. And a lot of people are getting paid during this pandemic. So guys, I mean, this is a time to where, we've got, we're finally in the fourth quarter. And, we call ourselves closers. We close, during the fourth quarter. I remember a couple of years ago, Darius and Ashley, I mean, I remember when they were on their mad dash. I mean, I just remember it vividly. They were on their mad dash towards freedom. And we were just closing deal after deal after deal after deal in the fourth quarter. But it was because, there was a lot of work done in the first, second, and third quarter. Just a lot of momentum that had been built up in the first, second, and third quarter. And they were building. And by the time the fourth quarter came, by the time it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I mean, it was a great time. It was a great time during that time. And what I'm saying to you guys is it can be the same. It can be the same. I mean, they're now doing this. They're now doing this in their own respective businesses every year. But a lot of us who have just started, this can be you, Delano. It's going to be Delano this year. Delano is going to have an unprecedented year because of all the work that he's put in. This fourth quarter is going to be bonkers for Delano. And I'm just calling it out. It's going to be bonkers for Delano. It's already started, but it's going to be a bonkers year, fourth quarter for Delano because of the work that he's put in the first, second, and third quarter. But guess what, guys? I mean, you can catch up. You can catch up. The only thing you got to do is keep on moving. You've got to intensify what you're doing, get serious about what you're doing, and move forward. Say that, just dedicate, dedicate your time to doing this business. Dedicate your time to doing this business. Put your head down. Don't look up. And when that happens, you look up and it's January. Listen, you're gonna have a great time, and you're just gonna realize, wow, I really did this. So what I'm telling you guys to do is to go ahead and take your minds to the next level. That's why we have these money-making motivational mindset Zooms or these calls, is because we want you guys to be able to take everything to the next level in your minds first. Once you take that thing in the next level to the next level in your minds first, once you actually make that decision to move forward, then, game over, game over, game over. So what I like to do now is I like to bring D on. D, you still on? What's up, big dog?
Hey, Tim, I'm here.
Will's gonna be okay. Hey, man, I want to ask you a question. And of course, we were doing some training a little bit earlier today, and big ups to you, man. Just want to say thank you for helping out with that training today. But we're doing some Dialing for Dollars training, and the young lady that was being trained, she had asked you. She asked you initially what it was like when you first started making telephone calls. Now, I realized we never really asked you that question, man. So, I never really realized that would be a question that someone would ask. But, you know, of course, I mean, people want to know, you know, what's it like. And if y'all want to know what this is around my neck, this is a prayer show. We're doing, you know, we're actually praying. We're actually praying for, you know, for a period of 40 days. And you know, right now, our ministry is praying right now, you know, while we're doing this call. So I'm just putting this prayer shawl on as a symbol of that. So, but anyway, a lot of people, you know, want to know that same thing. I knew that that wouldn't be, you know, something that she wanted, you know, just she would want to know. But I know a lot of people want to know, you know, like, okay, so, you know, Delano is, you know, he's this, he's that, you know, he's experienced here, he's experienced there. But what was it like, you know, like his first, you know, first time he was making those calls? What was that like?
When I first started, well, first of all, I want to thank you, Tim, for getting me on and allowing me to help that young lady, you know, get started with the Dialing for Dollars program. I'm excited for her. I know she's going to do great. She got great energy.
Right.
But to answer your question, Tim, when I first got started, I mean, pretty much just like everybody else, or I could say a lot of people, I was a little nervous because it was something new for me, coming from a background where I was, you know, just regular job, never been an entrepreneur, not really in my life, and just stepping out on faith and doing something totally different. I was a little nervous, but just like everything else, you know, I'm not trying to sound cliche, just like I told the young lady Sabrina earlier, once I started making a few calls, of course I got hung up on, cursed out a lot. I started to put in my mind that, and especially like learning from experienced folks like yourself and Will, that it's a numbers game. So most people, they're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to really want to sell their property. But I focused on, or I was focused, and I still do. I focused on counting all my no's, getting through all my no's, and eventually getting to that yes, which is the gold nugget, which is gold.
Right.
So, like I said, I was nervous, but just focusing on my why, which is making a better life for my family and myself. It pretty much overcomes that fear. To me, okay. It does.
Okay. So I guess, you know, and I just want to bring out a couple of things that were really, really key to me that you said. You said that, you know, you said that, of course, you were nervous. And like you didn't have all the answers. I mean, I don't even know that you even had a script when you really got started, did you?
No, not when I first got started.
Right. No. So did you like as you were talking to people, you know, like, okay, you knew that you wanted this business, right? Hold on one second. Let me hold on one sec. Okay. So you knew that you wanted this business. So you had that part in mind, right? So, and you knew that you were going to need to make calls to achieve it. So we know that in wholesaling real estate, there are several different ways that you can, excuse me, guys. There are several different ways that you can actually get to a motivated seller, and they are, of course, making calls. You can, excuse me, wow. You're making calls. You can drive for dollars. So dialing for dollars, driving for dollars. You can do leads on online. You can put out bandit signs. So there are just a lot of different ways that you can do this. But you decided that you wanted to do the dialing for dollars piece, right? So you knew that you wanted to do. You knew that you were going to do it that way. And when you started making calls, you didn't initially have a script, but what were you basically going off of as you made the calls? Because I guess you knew who you were calling. So you knew that you were calling, I don't remember exactly which list you chose at first, but you knew who you were calling. So you kind of had an idea of what questions to ask, right?
That's correct. That's correct. When I first started with y'all like 2 years ago, I think I first started calling the evictions list.
Evictions list. That's right.
So, I mean, honestly, I did spend some time, you know, looking for a script. And I remember even asking y'all if y'all had a script. And I remember pretty much y'all gave me like one of the best pieces of advice at that time. And that's pretty much just have a conversation, figure out what their problem is, and solve their problem. They're a landlord, they got a tenant, whatever the situation is, they're not paying, or the landlord, they're ready to liquidate. See how you can help them. Let them know that you can help them, and be the go-to person to help them in their situation.
Okay, gotcha. So basically, it's like, okay, we're in a service-based business, and people don't, I think a lot of times people don't understand. Now I think that I have somewhat of an advantage because I did some retail, so I do understand. Like it's a customer service thing, but we get paid more than most people do in customer service. So it's like that.
Yeah.
So the other thing. And we're highly paid customer service people. So the other thing that you said was that you had a very strong why. So can you kind of explain that why? Because I think this is what I don't think I know this. If you don't have a strong enough why, then you're not going to be able to go through those no's. If you don't have a strong enough why. So can you kind of break down the components of your why and why what drives you? What drives you?
Okay, so right now my why is it's to pretty much create a better life for my family. I don't want to live a regular life, and I don't want my child, which I just had last week, to live the life that I had to live. Hey, he's downstairs with his mom.
Okay.
But that's my why. I want my child to live the best life that he can possibly live. And I didn't want to. So I mean, no offense to nobody that has a job, but that just was not for me. Right. I got fired a couple of times, and it didn't work out. My mind was always somewhere else. Like I was always focused on, what can I do to get out of here? And the meetings in the mornings, what can I do to get out of here? So my why is my family, and to pretty much living a better life and helping people.
Okay, gotcha. So you had the why. What's up, Uncle Bill? How you doing?
I like your shirt.
So the why component. Let's just kind of focus on that why component, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, like if you do not have a strong why, you will not be successful in business. You will not be successful in business. So I implore you guys, I implore you to find your why. Don't just pick a why out of the sky. Don't do something that's just distant or something but do something that's really, really precious to you. Now I know a lot of people say, I want to help a village or something like that, or but bring it closer. I say bring it closer to you. Is the family member, is the mom, dad, is it kids, wife, bring it closer to you, bring it, make it something that you love. And if you make it something that you love, I like what you said. I love what you said. You said you are able to get those no's out of the way and they don't scare you. And I listen, I know that the biggest thing that people are afraid of are somebody telling them no. But you said, I want to get the no's out of the way so I can get to my why, right?
Absolutely. No's are good. I want no's.
You want no's?
Hey, like I said earlier, absolutely. Because I mean, if you think you're just going to get on the phone or market a little bit, and after your third or 10th call, you're going to get somebody that raised their hand and say, yes, I want to sell my house. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's not going to work out. You got to put in your mind, well, to me, I don't know what works for everybody else, but to me, I know I'm not going to get a yes unless I call at least 100 people. So I'm looking for, I'm not going to get a yes. It's a most likely I might not get a yes until I call 100 people. So I'm looking forward to getting a 99 no's, 99 people hanging up in my face, cursing me out. It doesn't bother me, and it shouldn't bother anybody that wants to get in this business. If your why is big enough, I don't know everybody's why. My why is my family. Like I mentioned earlier, I want my son to live a great life. And I know with this business, I can create generational wealth. If I own pieces of real estate, I can pass that down to my son.
Wow.
He can have passive income. He can have something that I never had growing up. So that's my why. And if I got the God-given ability to wake up and breathe and just talk to people, it's easy. I don't see what's so hard about it. It's just That's just me. So guys, focus on your why. You can make it happen. And don't complain. Just get it done.
That's amazing. Uncle Bill, what you got to say, brother?
Well, man, first off, man, I appreciate y'all holding it down until I got online. I had a couple technical difficulties with my computer, but I appreciate you guys for holding it down again. I want to give my Lord Savior Jesus Christ all the glory for this platform. Thank you, Delano, for all that you do. But just to piggyback off what you were saying, it's just fear of rejection. I think we got to learn to overcome the fear of rejection. I think in life, people, they fear being told no, they fear being turned down, they fear something not working out. And I think, that's why we impress on this motivational mindset Monday, is because it's really just a mental thing. If you think about it, everything is so mental. When it comes to the word fear, you got to just basically get in line with faith, because faith is the opposite of fear. If you're fearful of no's, or if you're fearful of not closing your first deal, or you're fearful of why it's taking so long, you have to get in line with the word and line yourself up with the right faith scriptures, the right, faith belief that you can do it. Because if you have the right belief, it wouldn't really matter how many no's you get, because you already know that that's one step closer to a yes. So you just have to really focus on overcoming fear of rejection. And the only way you can do that is, getting close, getting embedded into the word, because the word is your confidence. It is, what's going to build your faith up to get to a place where you can overcome those objections, and you can overcome those no's. You can overcome why is it taking so long? Why, is this really going to work? You wouldn't even, if that question comes about, you'll know how to, offset it, and you'll know how to knock it straight down, and you'll know how to, persevere to keep going forward, So I think that, overall that's one of the main key components is, just lining the faith up to be able to overcome that. Because I mean, we talk about it all the time, but really that is the ultimate deal killer. A lot of you guys think the ultimate deal killer is the fact that, oh, you don't have enough leads, or you don't know how to market, or you don't know how to do that. That's not really what it is. We can put you, if you're saying if leads and marketing is the right thing, we can get you set up, in a dollar for dollars program. We'll get you unlimited leads, but how long are you going to survive? How much time are you going to put into it? Are you going to put the work in? Are you going to be willing to, sacrifice and do whatever it takes? Y'all was talking about y'all why. Well, when you know what the why is, you're willing to sacrifice, not to fail. Most of our whys, we can honestly say is our family. Failing for my family is just not an option. It's not an option. It's no choice. I can't say, you know what, if I fail my family, I just fail my family. That's not an option.
Right.
It's not an option. I don't have yes or no. It's no. You know what I'm saying? It's just no. It's no failure. It's no is just not an option. You only fail when you quit. So no matter how long it takes, as long as you keep going, you're still in the game. You only lose when you get out the game. Because if you out of the game, you have no way of winning. I don't know nobody who wins a basketball, football, baseball game on the sideline if they're not playing, if they're not participating. So you have to, in order to win, you have to be able to be in the game. In order to be in the game, you got to keep going. So the frustration of, maybe not winning today, that's okay. When the Lakers won the championship the other day, you know how many players it took. We were talking about your cousin. We were talking about how Dwight Howard, how many years it took him to win a championship. And I think I seen like a video clip, of him earlier when I was strolling on YouTube looking up, them celebrating and stuff. And he was just, crying, just talking about, man, like, don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. Like, if you know what I've been through, you know what I'm saying? All these years in the league, people counting me out. People, was telling me that I'll never win a ring or I'll never be on a good team or nobody, never want me, because it was just, people was making it like every team he get on, he just can't fit in. And we was talking about earlier how, everything is about position. Everything is about system. That system that he was with the Lakers, maybe the system didn't work with him the first time, with that, and it's all about leadership. That leadership up under Kobe's umbrella, God bless the dead, didn't work for him at that time. But now, him, moving forward now up under the umbrella of LeBron, it's a totally different system. So now they're allowing him to be him. They're allowing him to be free. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all people need, just the right situation, the right system. But you don't never count nobody out. You never count nobody out because you just never know when it's your time. Just imagine if he just would have quit and said, you know what? I mean, I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work for me. But, 10 plus years later, however long he's been in the league, now he's a champion. So and I can relate that to, real estate. Don't count yourself out. Maybe it's been a year you haven't closed your deal yet. Maybe it's been a year you haven't that business you've been trying to start haven't propelled, you haven't, been fruitful yet. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's just a matter of time. If you haven't seen fruit yet in your company, maybe possibility you need to check what you're doing. Related back to who I was just talking about, as far as Dwight. I'm just using him as an example. He just came about. He could have quit, yeah, but guess what? God blessed that young man to be a basketball player. He didn't bless him to be a football player. He didn't bless him to be a baseball player. He blessed him to be a basketball player. So that's where he's going to see his increase. If he don't quit or he don't give up. And, long as you where you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're doing the right things, then yeah, your time will come. Your blessing will come. You just have to be in faith about that and trust the process. Trust that it's going to happen,
I like what you say. I like what you say about, God, he made him a basketball player. He didn't make him a football player. He made him what he made him. Yeah. And your thing could be, God made you into this real estate thing, guys. God made you into this real estate thing. He made it to where you would see an opportunity for yourself in real estate. So now that you see an opportunity for yourself in real estate, you got to go in and go through with that thing. You got to go in and finish that thing out. Just like Dwight. I mean, listen, if he'd have quit and said, "No, guys, I'm gonna go out here and try football."
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not what God anointed you to do. God anointed you to play basketball. So just work harder than everybody else. Focus on how can I outwork everybody else. Yeah. That's the only focus you need to have.
And that's the thing. Like somebody like, and I'm just going to use Delano as example. I think Delano must have sent like 7-8 leads today. Something like that. I don't remember. A lot of leads, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to go through all, we're going to go through all the leads. But I mean, listen, it's just about not quitting, and it's just about having a strong enough why. It's about having a strong enough why, and you will produce the results. But if you don't have a strong enough why, you will not produce. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't have a strong enough why, you will not produce those results. Yeah, I think about that. I'm just like, listen, and Dwight quit, and Dwight said, no, I want to go do something else. We wouldn't have heard from Dwight Howard again. You know what I'm saying? He'd have had his millions, but we wouldn't have heard from him again, and he wouldn't be a champion. And here it is now, he's a champion. After many stop starts, people laughing at him. People saying you're this, you're that, you're cancer to team.
Injuries.
Yeah, injuries. You can't be a funny person. And now here he is. He's being himself all the way to a championship.
Dude was crying on the video, man. He was just like, man, he was telling people like, just don't give up, don't quit. Like, I'm sitting here, I could have quit, and now I'm sitting here, with the trophy in my hand. He leaning on the trophy. He's laying his head on there crying like, man, like, dude.
And I guarantee it's going to lead to more opportunities. All because he did not quit. He stayed within his sphere of influence. Which is basketball. He stayed within the foundation of things how God had set him. God gave him that foundation. He stayed with it. And because he stayed with that foundation, now here he is a champion. And the fact that he's a champion, now he's going to be able to catapult himself into other things now. He's a champion.
Let me also say that, it's not only, and we talk about this all the time, it's not only doing what you are anointed to do. Of course, that's the key, because again, you can't be successful unless it's what God got you to
right.
be doing. But it's all about team. It's all about team. And being around the right people. Because that alone, I see it all the time. I see people who doing what they're anointed to do, but they got the wrong people around them.
Yeah.
And that alone can, it can put a damper into what you're doing. It can sit back. It can take longer, and all that stuff line up, man. I mean, it's
Matty Ice.
I don't even want to speak on him, man. That's your boy, man. That's your boy. But
Matty Ice reaction.
We're gonna pray for Matt, man. We're gonna pray for him. And the organization. Again, like I said before, the Falcons haven't been doing good, but I was telling my wife, I said, I ain't gonna quit on them. I ain't gonna give up on them. You gotta stay down with people, through the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So, just like I was, fans of them, when they went to the Super Bowl, and I was happy and thinking we were gonna win a ring. And when we lost, I've been a fan ever since. So, and I'm gonna stay a fan, and it is what it is.
Arthur Blank ain't quit on him. Arthur Blank, he still promises us a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Arthur Blank can't quit. He got too much vested. Shoot, he can't. He all in.
Well, and this brings me to another point. Okay, it's like when you get all in, when you have stuff vested into a program, you get stuff vested into something that that's important to you. Why quit in the middle of it when you've got so much vested in something? Go ahead and see that thing through. Now, we talk about Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank has a lot of things. He's got pretty much everything vested into his Falcons, right? But, even though he has a lot financially tied to it, I know he's got his life tied to it, his foundation, et cetera, he's all in. The guy can't quit. He can't just say, I'm not going to do this no more. He can't do it. He's got to lean in on the promise, lean in on, on his vision. The vision is, I'm going to bring this team, I'm going to bring a Super Bowl. No matter what, he's got to lean in on the vision. So you've got to get on the right team with the right people, with the right vision. And if you get on the team with the right people, with the right vision, you will succeed. You will succeed, and that's the thing that you've got to remind yourself of, and also surround yourself with champions. Surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself with the right people, then guess what? You will have success. You will have success. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
You put champions in the room, man. You can't do nothing but bring championships back home. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
Shout out to my Lakers. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they made it past everybody else is because they already had champions on the team. They already had guys who been through that grind. Yeah, they had the guys who hadn't won yet. But look, we had multiple guys. We had at least 4 or 5 guys already who already won the championship.
And on your coaching staff, Jason.
Yeah, we had an assistant coach who was a champion as a player. Jason Kidd. LeBron, of course, you already know his work. You know he had chips. We had Rondo, he had chips.
Rondo, yeah.
Even the bench, you know what I'm saying? The center, McGee had chips.
Yeah. So
Cook had a chip
yeah.
or two, you know, from Golden State Warriors. So we had people who had championship experience, and they had, you know, and when you're around champions, you breed champions. You know, your team, the people around you who not champions, hey, they inherit, you know, that DNA that you bring into the table.
DNA.
Like you just said, you know, you got to be around winners. You got to be around champions. You know, the company you keep, you know, it spills off into the results that you bring, that you get. You know, so yeah, that's just what it is. You know, and we want to create that atmosphere for you guys. You know, like, you know, I mean, I feel like, you know, we a winning team. You know, I don't feel like, you know, it ain't no other team out here like our team. You know, I don't care. Put us up against anybody. There ain't nobody out here like us. You know, and not just because, you know, we make more money than anybody. It's not even about the money. You know, to me, you know, the platform that we provide, you know, what God has put in place for us, it's nothing like none other. You know, and as long as we got God on our side, like, you know, we undefeated. You know, with Him on our team. You know, and Him the leader. You know,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and you know, I'm not just bragging on this, but I'm gonna say, like when we decided to put this thing together, we put Christ in the middle of this thing. But I remember it actually took us a couple of years, family. I just want to go ahead and let you guys know. It took me and Will a couple of years to actually put this program in place because both of us wanted to be in agreement with what was going to take place, with what was going to happen. So, you know, when we finally did come into agreement, you know, to put this program together, that's when things just started to move. So it's a lot deeper than just some dialing for dollars program. No. This thing started out of an agreement. Same thing with, you know, Wholesalers Are Us, and same thing with a lot of things that are successful. They're born out of agreement. So this, I remember, you know, the conversation. I was like, well, man, we got to go ahead and get started. You know, we got to do this. You know, we got to do. You remember those conversations, and just like, man, you know, let's just go ahead. Let's just work on this and let's work on that. And you know, we were just working on stuff until it was the right time. And then when the right time came, boom, you know, and we had seen a lot of programs come and go. Yeah. And, you know, we were just working, you know, and you know, just the timing came. And when the timing came, you know, we got into an agreement. And once we came into agreement, then that's how this all started. So I just want to tell you guys, like, if you're seeing, you know, what's going on and what's happening, it's not about us. You know, it's not about us at all. You know, we're just instruments, you know, that were able to start this community. You know, we don't profess to know everything about everything. We know about real estate. We know about wholesaling deals. We know about that. But the program, God put this program together. God put it together. And, you know, if God put it together, nobody can put it asunder. So that's how this thing started. And that's why now, you know, Delano, as Nico comes, then there's no surprise that, you know, you get the second deal done out of this program as Nico comes. And, you know, it's getting ready to be a domino effect. It's getting ready to be a domino effect. And I was telling the story about the Phillips, you know, a couple of Christmases ago. I remember back in fourth quarter, a couple of years ago, and the Phillips were getting ready to, you know, embark on their journey of freedom. I just remember. And I remember one fourth quarter where we just went bonkers. You know what I'm saying? But it was because of all, you know, everything that they had put in before, you know, first, second, third quarter, probably weren't even the greatest. They were, you know, topsy-turvy. But then that fourth quarter came. Well, you remember, I think D's on now. He remembers when things just
went. He said, you guys do make champions 100.
Well, praise God, man. You know, praise God. But he remembers. He remembers that time when it just went bonkers. And and listen, this is the stuff. This is the stuff that legends are made of. And a couple of years from now, we're going to be talking about Delano. Be talking about Delano.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's about, man. It's really like we started this organization because we wanted to be able to sow into people. We wanted to see other people flourish.
Yeah.
You know, like you mentioned the Phillips, man. It's just such a blessing to see where they started and where they are now, man. It just amazes me, and just to know that we was able to partner with them and be a part of their journey. It's a blessing. And, we live for that, and everybody who supported us over the years, and still, down with us, man, we grateful, shout out Mr. Wilson. I seen Mr. Wilson say, appreciate, you guys, appreciate, Mr. Wilson, of course, big supporter of our whole community, everybody that we're affiliated with, that he's affiliated with. I mean, just people like that, just great people, we continue to, thank God for people like, Mr. Wilson, Phillips, and Delano, and just everybody. There's so many people that we have in our life, that make us know our purpose, of what we're doing, and we're doing the right thing. So I'm grateful for that.
Can I do this real quick? I just want to give a big shout out to my new sister, Katrina Fuller, my buddy, my partner, Horace. You met Horace at the wedding.
Okay.
A couple of years ago. Just got married this Saturday, man.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
God bless.
God bless.
My new sister Katrina's on, so God bless.
God bless y'all marriage.
God bless. But yeah, it's things like that, like when you see the Phillips, and the stories are not about me and Will. The stories are about the Delanos of the world. Delano, just had Nico. Mama Bear just had Nico, and this fourth quarter gonna be bonkers. I mean, it's just gonna be bonkers. I can feel it, I can see it, I can taste it, and I just know it's gonna happen. It's already happening. So,
is that your mic? Was that me, or was that your mic? Kind of sounded. Was that my computer? Did it sound crazy to you, Delano, or is that just my computer?
I heard it too. It's a little scratchy.
It's cool now, but for a minute it was kind of sounding a little disrupted or something.
Mm-hmm. Good,
but it's cool now though. It's cool.
But just to like when you see like Law Clerk on Demand, you see Deanna Britt. She started her business. And the #1 lead service in America, bar none. But she started her service when Wholesalers of Us started. Right around 2015, she was at one of our first meetups, and listen, it's no wonder why she's flourishing now. Partnering, we're partnered together, but there's no wondering why she's flourishing now. In her business, because again, it's God infused. And we're just grateful for her. So I think in a couple of years, we're going to be talking about people like Cornell. We'll be talking about people like Justice. We'll be talking about, Daniel. People that, Anitra. People that just don't quit. People that won't quit. People that are just, in this thing. They got their heels dug in, and listen, this fourth quarter, this is the time. This is the time. This is the time. If you could just know the time that the Phillips had in that fourth quarter, I remember that year. I think it was like right before we had a deal closed right before Christmas. It was like a day before, 2 days before Christmas. And
I remember it was like on my birthday, because my birthday was 2 days before Christmas.
And guys, big ups to Will, because Will has his it's my daughter's birthday and it's Will's birthday, and Will has his annual Feed the Homeless every single year. So we had a closing like a day before that, and Will's birthday is like right around Christmas, and the Phillips they were going bonkers. They were going bonkers in their deals. And what I'm saying is, guys, this can be a repeat for some of you guys, this year, but
Yeah.
you've got to put your heads down. You've got to put your heads down. You can't, you can't quit. You can't even have any doubts about anything. You've just got to keep getting the leads. Listen, not get the leads because we got the leads, but you got to make your calls. You got to do your bandit signs. You got to do your driving for dollars, your dialing for dollars, whatever it takes, you've got to make it happen.
I see Cornell, he said, Delano, great word, don't complain, get it done. And he also recommended a book, which I haven't heard. I'm gonna have to look that book up.
Which one is it?
He said a great book on overcoming fear of rejection. It's called Rejection Proof by Gia Jane. So I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Rejection Proof?
Yeah, it's called Rejection Proof by Gia Jane. I'm always looking for a great book, so appreciate that. Appreciate that suggestion. I'm gonna look that up on Amazon.
Let me see if I can bring them on. D. Big D.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm talking about
Hey.
Darius. You on?
Oh, you talking about Darius?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like him.
Well, anyway, if you guys,
Yeah, I mean, can you hear me?
yeah, what's up, big dog? What's going on?
What's up with you, homie? I don't know it.
All right, man. We I guess you've been on, man, but we've been talking about you, man. You remember that Christmas, man, where everything just came together?
Yeah, man, I remember that was our springboard, man. That's kind of how we, how we took off, so to speak.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. It was magical, man. I just remember, man, just like I remember, like, we had that whole year, and the year was kind of herky-jerky. You know what I'm saying? Like, the year was kind of herky-jerky. Things were closing sporadically, but then that fourth quarter, it's just like everything just happened. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I remember when that deal you talking about before Christmas, we was actually on vacation and came home and the deal closed.
Oh man.
Which house was that? I remember that was in Cascade or somewhere.
I think it was Chatham Avenue, if I'm not mistaken.
Chatham Avenue. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that. Was the one over there in Venetian Hills. Yeah.
Venetian Hills, exactly. That's I remember that. But yeah, I mean, it was just. And listen, God, look, they were on vacation.
Yeah, it was a short sale, and it took months to clear it.
Yeah.
And they cleared right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. I remember that. I think I got my wife like a Louis bag.
So you got a
baby.
Louis. Nice Louis bag. Must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, baby girl had a great Christmas that year, man.
Was that her first Christmas?
It was her first or her second. It was early on. She was real little. She was like maybe 1 or 2 years old.
Okay, so we've been talking about, and we got a few more minutes, man. So, we just been talking about wives, man. And I just remember when you guys were making, when y'all were making calls, like initially, man, y'all didn't even really know what y'all were doing. I remember that.
No, we didn't. And like I said, a lot of it was just, baby, like, before we really got in tune with y'all, it was just us trying to figure it out. And I remember even Ashley's first script, she had to write her script down because she didn't know what she was gonna say.
But what I do like is, like, and this is a common factor between like you and the Delano, like the way you lead in with your scripts is basically, let's just see how we can help these people out. Really, it's not it's not like a cookie cutter or anything like that. It's like, okay, we gonna lead in with what we got to say, but then eventually it's gonna turn into, well, what can I do to help you? And I know that's how Ashley works. I know that's how Ashley works because it's like, and I'm just giving the factors. She don't even like her own voice. She don't even like her own voice. She came to us complaining about how she talked. And here it is, like years later, y'all doing what y'all do.
Yep. Like I said, man, y'all make champions, man. The pedigree is solid.
Us making the champions. The champions already made. We just we just help facilitate it, man. We like the Frank Vogels.
Hey man, hey.
Shout out to Wilson again, man. He recommended another great book, Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind. That was another great book.
That's a great book. That is a great book. The Battlefield of the Mind.
I wanted to put that out there.
That is a great book.
Great book, Wilson.
Great book. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, thank you for jumping on, man. You know, we you know, again, you know, we appreciate you, man, and we just know that this quarter is, you know, is going to be a quarter unlike any for you guys, because we know, you know, we know what you guys are made of. We know that you guys just really turn it on in the fourth quarter, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for y'all. So, and again, we appreciate y'all letting us participate a little bit in it too.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all, man. I just want to give a shout out to Delano, man. Keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So listen, guys. Here's the thing. Here's the play, guys. We want those of you that want to do it. We want you to go ahead and apply to join this that Dialing for Dollars program, guys. We have unlimited leads. So apply to join this Dialing for Dollars program. A couple of ground rules. You got to work at least 20 hours a week. Work at least 20 hours a week, making that thing happen. And listen. Send something out. REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. What you're going to get from us is you're going to get training. Okay. We're going to get you in a program. We're going to get you in a system that actually works. We're going to be able to train you. We're going to show you, pretty much what to say. We're going to provide you with unlimited leads, and, we'll provide the platform for you. All you got to do is open your mouth, send us an email, REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. That's REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. God told us there was going to be 10 people were going to get a deal done this year. By the end of this year, up to December 31st, 10 people will have a deal done. Delano's done 2 so far, on his way to a 3rd. So 10 people, partner.
The main ingredient is the championship pedigree.
Yeah.
That's the main ingredient. And you got that, with our team, God-fearing, team that's, we all hungry and we all want to grow and we all want to see everybody around us win. So, if that's not enough to, excite you and want you to be a part of what we're looking for, then, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But I will say, it's for who it's for. And, we're going to, of course, let God run this, and we're going to pray that, if you are going to be a part of this, that it works all the way around. It's an exchange, whatever you put in is what you get out, and everybody who knows us can vouch for that. And nothing's going to change. We're going to work hard on our end. Yeah, we're going to work hard on our end to do what we need to do. And, we pray that you bring, your effort to the table. That way it just end up being a winning relationship. So, again, if you guys looking to know more about it, just send us an email again, REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. We'll look forward to speaking with you. We don't want to take you guys' time. It's 9 o'clock. We normally stay on for about an hour. So again, God bless y'all. We're going to be on here every Monday, 8 o'clock. This is our ministry. This is what we love to do. Nothing's for sale on these calls, nothing but inspiration and game to give for free. So, continue to, if I know a lot of you guys be on here every Monday, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. Keep being on these calls because, it's no different from going to church every Sunday. Like, you got to get the word. You got to get the word. And I feel like, that's what me and Tim bring to the table on these Monday calls. We bring the word, we bring what you might need to get, what you might need to hear on a Monday to propel your week, so we'll be here next Monday, 8 o'clock, same time. If you guys need us, if you got any questions, shoot us an email. We love answering questions. We love helping. But till next time, y'all be blessed. Stay safe out here.
All right, y'all. Peace.